Hey folks, welcome to a new episode of mine. What you're about to see today is an old episode. While maybe only releasing in 2026, well, maybe releasing 2026, it was actually recorded back in 2022. And I was very slow in getting it released and getting it out to you. And for that I do apologize. But it's released now. Just keep in mind, he's old. So, just I ask for your forbearance, that's all. And I'll leave you to it.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Ignore the Shadowbringers right there. We're still on Realm Reborn time. Albeit, somewhat changed. Like I was saying, the dungeons last night and whatnot. Oh yes, I wandered out just to check my options. One, two. Yeah, I just had to go check back my diction there. An influential Ishgardian wishes to meet the Warrior of Light, and Alphanod would like nothing more than to oblige him. You've been blessed with a rare opportunity, Drumkren, an audience with an ambassador of the Holy See of Ishgard. We are to treat with Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights in Camp Dragonhead. It is considered a great honor to serve the Holy See directly as a Temple Knight. Needless to say, their leader wields tremendous political influence. It would be wise to court his favour. For that reason, I consider your attendance essential. Sir Emmerich wishes to meet the man behind the legend, not deny him the pleasure of your company. The antecedent would see the wisdom of this plan when you request permission to accompany me to Cortus. Mayhap you feel this waste your talents, which could doubtless be put to noble use. If so, I shall remind you that more good can be accomplished with the stroke of a pen than the trust of a sword. True, but at the same time I'm not a jester to dance to some noble's whim. A meeting with an Ishgardian ambassador? By all means, I think it a wonderful idea. We've received no reports of etheric disturbances or unusual beast tribe activity of late. If Alphanod believes your presence may help him secure more favorable terms, I see no reason to deny him. Antecedent, take a Drumkren has explained the situation. He has. Yet welcome though these overtures are, I cannot help but wonder what prompted them. The Ishgardian has spurned all contact with the other city-states for decades. Why reach out now? What that I know. The question of motives was one which I've given no small amount of thought, as I know no more than is generally known. The notoriously reclusive nation of Ishgard, situated at the centre of Albatia's spine, ruled by the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, at the head of which resides the Archbishop. So, Orthodox Elf Pope. Gotcha. Members of the original Eorzean Alliance formed in the wake of Almigo's fall some 2 decades ago. Friends of Convenience withdrew from the Alliance as soon as the Imperial fleet was routed at the Battle of Silver Tier Skies. Since which, their borders have remained closed to all outsiders. They've rejected every one of their former allies' calls to reopen dialogue, turning a deaf ear to their neighbours' pleas, even when the calamity loomed large. And on the fields of Carp now, where brave men and women laid down their lives in defence of the realm, their banners were conspicuously absent. I've tried to convince Ishgard to rejoin the Alliance at every opportunity. I've explained over and over that unless the Orzi stands united, we can hope to preserve our freedom. One by one, our nations will fall, as once fell Almeo. Amigo? Mago? I have no idea. Wanabago? And what have mine efforts yielded? Why not? Surely this can be considered a step in the right direction. I should hope so. Rather than the lowly messengers we've been fobbed off with in the past, this time we shall meet with a man of genuine influence. And of course, I'm not so naive as to think they've come to us out of the goodness of their hearts. We've something they desire, though I've yet to find out what. But such is nature diplomacy. They'll bring their agendas to the negotiating table, and so will I, along with a handful of incontrovertible truths. The Empire will soon be at our doorstep once more. Indeed, you may be assured that I'll expound upon this point and others. Let us depart for Camp Dragonhead, Drumcaran. Our old friend Lord Harkenfront is expecting us. Excuse me. Since the request recovered the Enterprise, I understand you have further integrated yourself with the man. Excellent work. His fondness may prove useful to our cause. Someone was claiming that in the, that there was lines that were translated differently to English or something, but in the, original Japanese, he's clearly, no matter your character's race, sex, he is just Warrior of Light sexual. No matter who you are, he's clearly, obviously, really into you. Apparently. And I know, I just find him all the more charming for it. Oh, I don't recognize that. Oh, it's Dig. Okay. I've also heard a spoiler about him, but I'm trying to forget it. Ah, Drumcaran, ever a welcome sight. Our hearts have been stoked to blazing in preparation for your arrival. It would not do for such a distinguished personage to catch cold whilst enjoying our hospitality. The gesture is much appreciated. I fear I shall ever struggle in cold climes. Yeah, in this version, I think the supposed lines that someone was sharing around was, I think he offered us a bed to warm up in? Or something? Maybe that was just someone memeing. But, regardless. Actually. Hey, I was gonna look up the line to confirm whether or not I felt for someone's memeing, maybe edit it out to save egg on my face, but I'll leave it as it is. Like I said, I saw a degree of spoiler, I'm trying to forget it. If I go to look up that line, I will see the spoiler again. So I will leave it as is, and I'll look at it later, once we're after that point. Maybe at the end of Heaven's Ward, I'll look it up. But yeah, that's what someone was claiming, that he got a little toned down in the English translation. In the other one, he was kind of clearly flirting with us. I guess we kind of saw it a bit before. He was, like, our character's like, oh my god. You know, just, you could see in his face, was like, my god. From some remark from this guy, though it's been forever too long for me to remember what he said. Gestures much appreciated. I fear I shall ever struggle in cold climes. Ah, good Master Alphanod. An honor, as always. Likewise, Lord Fant. Forgive us yet another imposition. I fear we've relied overmuch on your aid, since you have so generously assisted us in locating the Enterprise. Nonsense. Any debts incurred have long since been repaid. Besides, who can say what the future may bring? House attempts may even seek the aid of your newly formed Crystal Braves. In any case, I'm simply delighted that the Holy See is at last willing to grant you an audience. No doubt your discoveries at Snowcloak helped justify the decision. This recent resurgence in radical activity is of great concern to us all. But to the matter at hand, Sir Emmerich arrived at Camp Dragonhead earlier, and I'm told he is eager to meet with you at your first convenience. You are doubtless weary from your journey, and desirous to rest a while by the warmth of our heart. But if you are willing to forgo such comforts, pray inform the knight stationed outside the Intercessory He will grant you entrance and send word to the other attendees. As inviting as your heart sounds, I think it's best we proceed to the intercessory forthwith. Now I'm feeling awkward in case it was just someone memeing. I have no idea. It wouldn't be the first time things have gotten toned down in an English dub. Or even English dubs, you know? Wouldn't be the first time. So, let's keep him waiting, let's proceed. Corner to the right. Rather out of the way. We've been expecting you, sir. Pray, take your ease inside, and I shall summon the others.
Have faith, my friend. You need only state your case with confidence and clarity.
I like their outfits.
Heya, it is both an honor and a pleasure to meet you. I am Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights.
Alphino Leveilleur, at your service. Your reputation precedes you, Sir Emmerich. I think we will find that we have much in common.
Speaking of reputations, yours towers over us all. Does it not?
Yeah, I have spent the last couple of months just standing in one place in Limsul Minsa. Few can claim that.
It does indeed, Lord Commander.
I am not too proud to admit that I have followed your activities with an interest bordering on fascination. Full glad was I to learn that you would be joining us. Now then, shall we begin?
We know full well that the Garleans will return in force ere long. What is more, we have yet to achieve a lasting victory over the primal menace. The beast tribes continue to summon their gods, and each incarnation is stronger than the last. Ishgard is not immune to these threats. I must reiterate that it would behoove your nation to rejoin the Eorzean Alliance.
Once again, I must respectfully disagree.
On what grounds?
Despite their presence in Kurthus, the Ixal do not concern us. The territorial claims pertain to Gridanian lands, and it is the people of Gridania whom they harry.
For now.
Consequently, the Holy See judges this to be a Gridanian affair, and Ishgard does not intervene in the internal affairs of other nations.
They are ignoring that the war camp is on their soil, and Gridania can't exactly, crush it, because they'll be invading Ishgard.
Even were that not the case, our forces are wholly committed to the Dravanian conflict. We have not the knights to spare.
They only give a damn about the Dravanian conflict. They literally left the knight's corpse because he got killed by something else, rather than Dravanian. They are so rabid and fixated. They would probably... This may be a bit of an exaggeration, but they'd be more than inclined to probably ignore a wolf, latched onto their heels, to try and fight a dragon 2 miles off. Just dragging themselves bloodily along, wolf still shaking them like mad. Because it's not a Dravani.
As for the Guardians, we are not ignorant of history. We have observed the rise and expansion of the Empire, and we agree that it is only a matter of time before they resume their campaign in Eorzea.
Then surely it would be in our best interests to present a united front.
Mayhap one day, but not yet. Gaius van Belsar is dead, and the legion of conscripts he left behind lacks the will to fight. We think it highly unlikely that they will emerge from behind the walls of their Kestra for some time.
Conscripts.
Forgive me, but if Ishgard's position has not changed, why did you agree to this meeting?
It was not only as a representative of Ishgard that I came here.
Pardon?
It is not within my power to change Ishgardian policy, regardless of my personal feelings. There is, however, one area in which I may exert a measure of influence. Concerns have been raised over the supplies House Forton has offered to Revenant's toll. These have led to calls for restrictions on the provision of aid to foreign powers.
For Tom? I wish I could get them to repeat the line.
I can ensure that the shipments continue unabated.
Sir Emmerich, we would be in your debt.
No, you would not, for I require something in exchange. Of late, there has been a flurry of Dravanian activity, the purpose of which was not immediately clear. However, our astrologians have since observed alarming changes in the heavens. The dragon star waxes unnaturally bright, and there are whispers that it portends the resurrection of Midgard-Sorma.
The World Serpent. Fantastic.
The fallen guardian of Silvertear Falls? That's absurd.
Full many times have I gazed upon the dragon's corpse still wound around the Agrius, and wondered how different our world might be if it yet lived to plague the skies. I do not know, and I do not wish to know, nor does any son of Ishgard. Yet the mere presence of Dravanian forces is not sufficient grounds to send knights to Mordona, whatever our astrologians say. As I told you before, we have not the forces to spare.
But we do. So you will intervene on our behalf if we agree to watch over the Keeper of the Lake.
Do you accept these terms?
I do. I will see that you are kept abreast of any developments. I regret that we could not come to a similar agreement on other matters, but I understand that you are not at liberty to make such decisions. Nevertheless, I hope that what we have accomplished here today will serve to demonstrate to your countrymen that we can work together towards a common goal. Mayhap one day we shall look back on this moment as the first step towards a united Eorzea.
Mayhap we shall, Commander.
From sounds of it, he's not personally isn't necessarily against the idea. It's just, you know. The powers that be are.
What is the meaning of this? The caravan, my lord. It's been attacked.
Again.
It was Iceheart, my lord. What? By the Fury! All our precautions were for naught?
No, no need. Recent developments have given off and on much to consider. Just when we were starting to make progress. And to make matters worse, the caravan they spoke of was bound for Remnant's Toll of all places. Honestly, were I so inclined, I should think the gods were conspiring against us. Well, I've stabbed them enough times. One sec. 23, 24, 25, 26. Happily, however, I am not. I will know more of this attack. I'll just speak with Lord Halfanont and find out what he's learned. Apparently, even if I'm a follower of Tal. But if Tal, if they were summoned in, they would behave just like a primal. The Beastman gods and our gods seem to be of the same breed. Let us find out. We must needs find the heretics, and no, avail us not to rush. Let's find out what he say first. I've come to hear, Lord. Speak, not you. Nothing. How brazen are these heretics become? To raid caravans escorted by knights for house forums. I'm tongue-tied. I'm rather tired. We don't dare question our ways, unbeliever. Okay. Like, I get the line, it just... I know. Them just standing there topless doing squats, it's just a random time to proclaim it. And dick. My sincerest apologies for the interruption, my friends. The situation is such that we must act swiftly. Be so kind as to elaborate. Izhar's heretics fell upon the caravan bound for Remnant's Toll, as it was passing through Boulder Downs. It was an ambush, swift and ruthless. In an instant, every knight was slain, and every crate seized. And as quick as they appeared, they were gone. It would have been an impossible feat without knowledge of the route, knowledge to which only a select few are privy, I presume. Right, we can assure that we can pursue that line of inquiry in due course. It seems to me that examining the scene of the ambush should be our first concern. The trail is yet warm. We must act swiftly, as Lord Harenfont said. At least, crucial evidence be lost. Look, they've all a French twang. I barely speak my own tongue, never mind French or pseudo-French. You have a knack for discerning hidden truths, Dromkren. Why don't you go and inspect the ambush site in person? An excellent idea. Inform my men of your intent upon arrival, and they'll gladly share their findings. Remain here, or no, not. It takes but one pair of loose lips. My men are conducting their own investigation present. Follow the road south towards Mordana, find them and the wagon in due time. Move along, adventurer. There's none for Lord Harfon sent bid you speak with us. Then you must be... Beg your pardon, sir. As you can see, they left nary a quid behind. Tipped the wagon for good measure, even. Whole thing's a bit odd, if you ask me. Would have been easier to just steal it. Though, a damn sight harder to conceal it. Oh well. Reckon they came prepared, probably with wagons of their own, hidden away off. But, pay no heed to my ramblings. Absent of proof, 'tis not but speculation. Might as well be the squire receiving care at the observatorium could tell you something more factual. That is, if he's awake. Unlike myself, he was there during the attack. Not that his presence amounted to much. Probably why he's even alive at all. Sorry, silence. Answers you want, I've got none for you. Let's go and see what that squire laid up at the observatorium remembers, if he's fit to speak. Let me just talk to you for a sec. Yeah, oh, that was getting battered. Beautiful. What a fellowship. All 8 were cooked alive in their armor. Ooh. You've come to ask about the attack, haven't you? We came upon them before the entrance to the Hall of the Seven Echoes. Pilgrims, we marked them as, lost and ill-equipped for a journey further north. Our leader called out to them, and one stepped forward to answer. Slowly she approached, her silver hair flowing in the wind like melting snow. Just a young girl, I thought. Some poor lost lamb in search of salvation. Leader must have thought the same, else why would he let her draw so close? They exchanged some words I couldn't hear, and she leaned forward as if to kiss his cheek. Then he sighed and crumpled to the ground. I didn't know what had happened till I saw the snow turn red. Then there was red everywhere I looked. I tried to fight, but took a blow to the head. By the time I came to, the others were dead. And the heretics were unloading the wagon. They would have killed me, so I stayed still and listened. I heard people spoke of deliverance and resurrection, and they spoke of Shiva. To hear them speak, they truly believe they can resurrect Shiva, but that can't be possible, can it? It can't. So Shiva, who could that be? And given that this place apparently wasn't previously, covered in snow due to the cataclysm, or the sundering, or whatever it's called. I can't remember anymore, I'm mixing it with WoW. This place has really become Shiva's paradise, hasn't it? Welcome back, old friend. Oh dear, often I was looking this way. I do not think he likes being ignored. Oh. You've returned. What news have you for us? It seems Lady Icehair does not scruple to sully her hands with blood. Who is this Shiva the heretic spoke of? I've not read a single line of the Enchiridion, Master Alphinaud. Shiva is a traitor to kith and kin, an apostate who laid down with dragons. Now, we cannot expect all foreigners to know Ishgardian scripture so well. particularly when it concerns the patron saints of heretics. Wait, you say that she's their patron saint? Oh no, that all makes sense now. Lord Arfont, what was that caravan's cargo? If I recall correctly, the Diamond Forge requested a rather large quantity of crystals. Do not see. I ascertain our followers intend to summon Shiva, as a beast tribe would a primal. Why else would they go to such lengths to secure crystals? I shall inform the Lord Commander once. Lord Harfont, you would agree that discretion is a paramount concern. Of course. I trust we can count on your continued support, Master Alphinaud. The Sons of St. Dawn are sworn to combat the primal threat. Our support is a given. I will need to send word to my brethren in Revenant's Toll. Our entire order must turn its efforts to prevention of this summoning. That naturally includes you, though I am sure you will not miss this for the world. Heretics, Stravanians, old familiar enemies. This is something beyond all imagination. Woe betide the heretic across Stalfinod Uvier, for they shall feel the full force of his fury. The persistent attacks on our caravan seemed little more than a nuisance at first. Heretics were a problem to be sure, but a relatively minor one. As far as I discerned the purpose behind their attacks, of course. Now they have my undivided attention. Out of apprising Menfilia of this situation, I shall summon a unit of Crystal Braves to assist us. As for you, Drunk Wren, pray join me in White Brim Front. Since the incident at Snowcloak, the Knights of House Durandare have redoubled their reconnaissance efforts in the region. It's my hope that they have information that may help us to determine precisely where the heretics are hiding. Given our mutual enemy, Lord Drillmont should be eager to oblige us. I shall see you there then. Good. Ooh, there we go. Oh, and you're already here. You Vanse? Aye, it's past time we take the fight to the heretics. Why it's taken so long, I don't even know. But, restoration is proving to be quite a drain on limited resources. Just so you know, my men have already started to arrive. Captain Ilbird always keeps a few braves at the ready in case of emergencies. Good idea. Commander Uvier's assessment is most troubling. If he's correct, Icehart now pose a threat to Ishgard at large. By what means do these heretics travel so quickly? Must know, or every attempt to apprehend them will be doomed to fail. Magic? A wizard did it. Sons of the Seventh Dawn wish to join in the hunt for Icehart. Your assistance is more than welcome, my friends. Considering the report I just received, I dare say your timing could be no better. We are all ears, Lord Drummond. A band of pilgrims was seen transporting a large number of crates to the west. Garb appears to match the description provided by the squire who survived the attack. As our scouts lost track of the man at Snowcloak, that self-same frozen wall, which is speculated might conceal the heretics' hideaway. Suffice it to say, the disappearance of these pilgrims and their provisions all but confirmed their suspicions. I've heard enough. My knights will join the hunt. I took the liberty of summoning a unit of Crystal Braves to White Brim Front. Given the gravity of the situation, I trust you'll agree that we must use every resource available to us. These are extraordinary circumstances, Commander. It will be in our best interest to coordinate our efforts. Such was my intent from the start, Sir Emmerich. And so it begins, my friend. Though I dare say it'll prove an all too brief collaboration, Icehart will not elude the combined forces of Crystal Braves and the Temple Knights for long. Nevertheless, the wise man does not wager all upon the success of a single solution. There may yet be subtler means by which we can locate the heretic's lair. Mayhap Lord Dromont is one in mind. He is right there. Yes, yes, excellent. Hello, High Boots. My lady, everything has been accounted for. If there is aught else you would have us do, pray speak, and it shall be done. It would be foolish to dismiss alternative approaches when contending with such clever foes. I think we can all agree that a formidable foe demands a calculated response. Some still think that these heretics do not pose a great threat, so in-house Fortem's Knights would surely beg to differ. Okay, I was paranoid about my diction. Do wonder what that's meant to say. Only the naive place hold their hope in the success of a single solution, while Dromont is anything but. Bacon bread. Soft dough mixed with thick sliced bacon and twisted into a pattern resembling a sheaf of wheat. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Meat bread. It seems as though we were already one step behind. We were always one step behind. Quarry ever just beyond our reach. Though I would like to believe that the tables are about to turn, I must confess to having certain doubts. Joint effort may succeed where others failed, but it could yet yield the self-same result. Fortunately, we're not without other options. I trust you haven't forgotten Inquisitor Gillen. We have not. The mystery of how the heretic remained undiscovered for so long has been much in our thoughts, as has the question of what steps might be taken to prevent a similar breach of security in the future. Accordingly, we've conducted an exhaustive and covert evaluation of everyone in Whitebrim Front. Though some were found to have committed certain minor transgressions, we identified only one possible heretic. If this man has pledged himself to Iceheart's cause, he will have taken note of the movements of Temple Knights and Crystal Braves, and upon recognizing their intent, he may attempt to warn the heretics. The man's watch is to end soon, at which point he must report to Sir Jeremont in the yard. But if you keep an eye on him, if he ventures beyond the walls, follow him discreetly. Should he meet with a heretic, do not intervene. Simply watch and listen. I've seen to it that the suspect knows nothing which could endanger our plans. If the suspect shows himself to be a heretic, we will deal with him accordingly. For now, we shall merely observe, and may have profit from his treachery. The Third and Temple Knights have begun their search. All that remains is to wait. Sending his force to Whitebrim Front prior to his own arrival, the commander certainly is decisive. See how the sky is darkened. Even the weather is against us. Subtle. I want to take a step to the right, but left. We're nearly walking on their heels. Suspected heretic leads through the southwest gate. hidden there, but sure. Look to the right, they'll see us, but sure. The suspected heretic follows from the east. Ignore them, they're not meant to be in the scene. Suspected heretic heads south. The eyes have it. Hey, where in the seven hells are you? I'm freezing my bollocks off here. I'm here, you blundering oaf. Why are you late? Standing on the wall, why else? I've duties to fulfill, you know. Sole duties to the... Bloody echo. Or your voice, or they'll hear us in Whitebrim front. Yes, of course. Temple Nicer, Mumble Mumble, and Snowcloak. This is what you bring to me. We already knew about Mumble. Comrades and Boulder Downs will use tunnels. Dead before they'll know what's happening. Nonetheless, if you waste my time again, is that clear? There's no real way for us to make it out of here before they saw. We've had to run really fast, faster than this guy can manage, down, and even then they'll notice something. We're literally could only get made there. Dark words, dark deeds. Well, did your investigation bear fruit? I see. I shall have the man detained at once. His guilt is plain. Would that you could have heard their words more clearly. Yet, the few snatches you were able to make out are nonetheless enlightening. Seem the heretics are aware of our operation and confident they can thwart it. The comrades and Boulder Downs are key to their plans, which means it is key to our plans to be rooted out and put to the sword. The Allied forces of Snowcloak are in danger, and Lord Drummond would have you assist them in ensuring their safety. We once suspected that heretics use a network of secret tunnels to traverse the Highlands undetected. Given what you have overheard, I fear that Snowcloak... There's a lump on my shin. I did bang it off the car the other day. That's it. I fear that Snowcloak may be riddled with such passageways that heretics and Boulder Downs are planning to use them to take our forces unawares. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to happen. A contingent of House Durandare Knights are on patrol in the area. I shall order them to begin searching for the heretics at once. But knowing nothing of our enemies' numbers or readiness, I cannot say for sure that they'll be sufficient. It will put my mind at ease if you will consent to assist my knights with search. I know that they will take courage from the presence of so storied a warrior. Pray rendezvous with them at Boulder Downs. If Heya is kind, we may catch these heretics before their plans come to fruition. Show them no mercy, Drunkren. The lives of our allies are at stake. Before you make haste to rendezvous and slay Everlast. Every moment spent dawdling is gift to our enemies. Not a chance for them to slink into their accursed tunnels and peer at our allies' back. I thought they were going to be searching Snowcloak. Oh no, he's convinced. Well, the rest are searching at Snowcloak, but he's convinced there's heretics camped here and there'll be a tunnel entrance here. Yes. Sorry, I end up having intensive reading without actually taking in. Oh, shit. Oi, over here. Heretics fallen effects. Brittle parchment. Discovered on the body of a slain heretic. This yellowing document is covered in a complex code of singing random letters and numbers. I just keep repeatedly trying to break my legs. May as well. Need to get the disability comp somehow. My knight sent no word of your coming, Drunkren. What has happened? What is that in your hand? By the fury. Those are veterans with years of service. Now they lie dead in the snow. Their bodies must be recovered and... No, we have not the men to spare, not now. The whole Iceheart prepares to summon an abomination. The heretics you dispatched were not of sufficient number to contend with the combined strength of the Temple Knights and Crystal Braves. There must be others. And I will wager they're on their way to Snowcloak as we speak. To make matters worse, it seems the traitor you managed to follow managed to pass the heretics something of value after all. To make matters worse, it seems the traitor you followed managed to pass the heretics something of value after all. The parchment you recovered is a timetable of the guardsmen's watches at their outpost in Snowcloak. Traitor was stationed there long before he aroused our suspicions. Would that we had caught him sooner. With this information, the heretic would know when the watch was weakest. They could use their tunnels with impunity and prepare their ambush. The timetable has not changed, you see. Of course it will be changed now, but the heretics may be already be in position. House Durandare must send reinforcements, even if it means withdrawing knights from the Stone Vigil. I can see no other way to safeguard the lives of our allies. Or the Drillmont recognizes the situation Snowcloak has come to a head and decisive action must be taken. Time is of the essence, Roncoren. When knights make ready to depart, the heretics may take our allies and Snowcloak unawares. Spear training equipment will avail them naught to cut down while their swords are drawn. But all is not yet lost. If you leave now, there may be still time to warn them. Make haste, I beseech you, fly to Snowcloak and tell Sir Emmerich everything we've discovered. He doesn't mean fly literally, but given that it's now an option here, I will do so. They flipped the list. Weird. That actually really bugs me. Stalwart Temple Knight. Tacturn Temple Knight. Alphanod. Yo-Yo Hayes? Gods bless whoever designed this uniform. I would frozen dead by now if it wasn't for this greatcoat. Sir Emmerich, he's over there. Have words with the man if you must. We're speaking on. We're at a disadvantage here. We should linger no longer than necessary. How could any man hope to tunnel through the ice this thick? It would be the work of years. Maybe that's what they had. Not all heresies are planned overnight. Roncoren, this is a welcome surprise, perhaps the only one thus far. As you can see, we've yet to uncover any hidden. You have my gratitude. Truth be told, we suspected heretics might be plotting such an attack. Later with confirmation, I shall place my knights on high alert. As Commander Louvier been informed, braves must be made aware. It must be here. I'm certain of it. Why else would they go to such lengths to defend Snowcloak? Tis but a pity discovery comes when our enemy has us at such a disadvantage. Forewarned though we are, the heretics know terrain far better than we. I dare not think how many are watching us at this very moment. Confound it, this is all wrong. Icehart has us scrambling to save our own skins when we should be rightly straining every sinew to find her and stop this damnable summoning. There she is. Come here, girl. That was close. They didn't hurt you, did they? Only my pride, Jada. There'll be others nearby. We must see that they are given a similarly warm welcome. Come on, Lavrier. Imagine trying to shout that fast. There has been development, sir. Together with Temple Knights, we've secured the entrances to some half-dozen tunnels after spotting the enemy breaking surface. But as in all, sir, we think one of them may be important. Certainly the heretics flung themselves upon our swords to defend it. Aha! Just as I suspected. Amongst this warren of tunnels lies the entrance to Iceheart's lair. Some of the others were going in. Moment, Alphanod. Tunnel in question is very wide enough for 2 men abreast. We cannot say with certainty where it leads, much less what is waiting for us there. Furthermore, we have no way of knowing how many heretics are still lurking here on the surface. What if they will converge on this point if we enter the tunnel? For all we know, we could be funneling our forces into a trap. I take your point. If tunnels indeed as narrow as you say, greater numbers will be more a hindrance than a help. Should we encounter difficulty, our allies will become an obstacle to escape. Change of plans. While we rendezvous with Emmerich and keep the heretics at bay here, you will go wherever the tunnel leads. If you find Iceheart at the end of it, do not let her escape. You venture into the unknown, so see that you're prepared for anything. As you suggest you call upon your allies, though not too many, or Papaimo will sulk. So now, dungeon time. Entrance tunnel, sir. It's just over here. Had we not seen the heretics bring service, we'd never noticed it. Per Sir Emmerich's orders, we will stand guard outside. Please be aware that even if should you encounter significant resistance, we cannot leave our post. Yeah, if they pull off tight tunnels, tight spaces, they mightn't really store mount. It's creepy. There wouldn't be too much help. Okay, that's really annoying me. Okay, I could queue up for the dungeon. Okay, I swear I had a lot more in my list here. Could queue up for it. Formed in the aftermath of the calamity, that said, the Great Ice Wall has long been thought an impenetrable barrier between central and western Cortes. True, however, the wall is ridden with hidden tunnels, which Iceheart and her followers have used as a base of operations. We've been tasked with exploring one such tunnel in hopes that it will lead you to Heretics' leader. Yet, what dangers await are anyone's guess. One tank, one healer, and one more DPS. Hmm. 6 a.m. I'm not sure if we're gonna get this easily. Okay, I'm just gonna call this here, and I'll pick up again later on maybe. I need to get some caffeine in me. I only had 1 cup yesterday. I'm staying up to try and reset my sleep schedule. So in 12 hours, maybe 14, I'm gonna be heading to bed. So yeah, fun. But yeah, I need to get some caffeine in me so I can actually do so. I feel like I may be a little tired for the dungeon. So, till then.